then as the part of the by sending a notice of time and date to the extent known of the agenda meeting to the Asbury Park Press and the new coaster on January 8th via email. Copies of the notice have been placed at the administrative building, bulletin board, district school, Asbury Park Municipal Building, Asbury Park Police Department, and filed with the city clerk of the municipality of Asbury Park. And with the city clerk on January 8th, 2024. Our mission statement: Asbury Park School District will provide all students with a comprehensive and progressive education where everyone possesses the skills and character to succeed in a diverse, developing, global society. Roll call.
Ms. Austin? Ms. Larson? Sorry. Ms. Luzinski? Dr. Munson? Here. Dr. Penn?
Here.
Mr. Rennie?
Here.
Ms. Drake? Mr. Rogers?
Ms. Brown, it's my understanding and recollection that Mr. Rogers will be joining us tonight electronically, which would be, we would require, pursuant to the board's policy, a vote by the board to permit him to join electronically. So probably best that we do that as soon as possible. Thank you.
Mr. Burley?
Here.
Mr. Shaw?
I make a motion to allow Mr. Rogers to participate in the meeting electronically.
I will second.
Any discussion?
Roll call.
Ms. Larson?
Yes.
Dr. Munson?
Yes.
Dr. Penn?
Yes.
Mr. Rennie?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers? Mr. Burley?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes. Let's move in and do the question.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. President, this is a question. Besides Mr. Rogers, are folks going to be able to participate or attend online as well, other than him? Like the general public? Just want to make sure the team is linking up for that.
Would be my understanding that there would be the process as far as and if there's any has any questions about that, I think that should be discussed in a few seconds. Do we have audio video connections with the public as far as we know? Okay. So that's a yes. Thank you, Dana.
Good evening. Tonight I'm going to give a little presentation about things that have been going on in the district, things that we're working on, and also talk about why we are where we are with the budget. It's continuous time right now, and we've been working hard to try to do everything we can to keep the district whole. It took a long time for this district to get to where we are at this point. It's been going on for years. Here we are. Now we are stuck in the position we are in right now. And I have to try to make it work, which I will make it work. But also to really reiterate that these are my ideas, what you see tonight. I know it's out there. Some people saying, oh, he's being told what to do. No one tells me what to do. I'm making these decisions. Some of these things you see tonight, I've had in my head in the last 15 years. When I previously tried to be superintendent of the district, and we started restructuring. So I'm going to go through what we're looking at, where we came from, where we are, and where we want to be. Okay, reflecting on our journey. For years, we've had an inflated central office administration cost. That has always been the case. We have a large district footprint. We have many buildings. We've become landowners. We have declining enrollment. Over the last 3 years, we've lost 500 students. 500 in the last 3 years. We used to receive large amounts of state funding, so we can spend it any way we want. With that, our testing score is still low. We still have low testing. So, looking at the present, well, approximately $8 million total shortfall in state aid. We're not receiving $8 million we're not receiving. 4.1 of that $8 million is staff cuts. We have to cut staff so we can make up for the $4.1 million that we are not getting to fund the district as far as staff is concerned. So we have substantial staff cuts in all areas, Charter school payments are inflated. Yeah, we owe the charter school $11 million, close to $12 million. Okay? Problem with charter school right now is that they claim they have a certain number of students. We claim they don't. So we take our numbers plus 2 other charter schools, we add them together. Then we take the number that College of Chi has, and we add it to those numbers, and that number we get is higher than the census of Asbury Park. Something doesn't add up. I know that our numbers are correct. I know the other 2 charter school numbers are correct. One charter school says, no, we owe this lot for it. It just doesn't add up. But the state says we owe $12 million. And they're going to take that money. Continued loss of enrollment, like I said, 500 students over the last 3 years. Again, still inflated central office administration costs. Buses, it's going to cost us $3.4 million to bus our students next year. $3.4 million. That's the charter schools and any other out-of-district places, including our students. But the bulk of that cost is going to charter and going out of district. Doesn't cost us that much for our own students. So $3.5 million. Again, we have to find that money. So moving forward, we have to figure out where we're going, how we're going to get there. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's not going to be easy. So, something I read years ago, recommends that schools be restructured to become genuine learning organizations for both students and teachers, organizations that respect learning, honor teaching, and teacher understanding. We need to restructure. We need to change what we're doing. Why? Well, we do not have the funds anymore to live large like we have in the past. It's not here. So, planning for the future, or what I'm looking to do. make a more efficient, cost-effective central office. I'm restructuring central office due to loss of funds. I'm restructuring, I'm changing, and I can. Look at the cancel lease at 910 Fourth Ave, that's central office. We pay next year $270,000 in rent. This year is $265. Next year is $270, and the year after that, $275. It's a lot of money that we could be using in the district. So I want to get out of that. I want to get out, and I want to move central office. And we have the rooms in our building to move central office. We have the room. And look at the restructure to elementary school. Some reasons why. Doesn't save staff, man. But what it's going to do is, it's going to take my entire pre-K population, my entire kindergarten population, first grade and second grade population, and put them in the same building, so every teacher knows what the other teachers are doing. You're creating teams, cohorts. Now you know the instruction is going to be the same. No longer are they in two different buildings. So that now the left hand knows what the right hand is doing. And that improves instruction. So we have two options. Option one is pre-K through 2 and third grade through 5th grade. So right now we're looking at one building be a pre-K to 2, another one 3 to 5. Option 2 is pre-K through 3, sorry, pre-K to 2, that's a typo, and third grade through 6th grade. So instead of sending students from 5th grade to 6th grade to the state of the elementary schools, we have another year being taught in that building. Then the middle school would be 7, 8, high school would be 9, 12. And we're going to move teachers to where they belong. Okay? No longer are we going to take a teacher that taught in the middle school for 15 years and place it down to the elementary school. Doesn't make sense. Okay? Doesn't make sense. You're not going to take a pediatrician who's been doing pediatric medicine and make them an ear, nose, and throat. Doesn't work. Developing new transportation plan. We spend a lot of money in transportation at sea, $3 million. We look at the purchase buses. Purchase our own or lease our own buses and train our staff to get their license to drive those buses. So maintenance staff, custodians, they'll drive the buses. They'll drive our kids to where they have to go, both in the morning, in the afternoon, and to events at the school. Games, meets, whatever it is we need. They'll be teaching, they'll be driving our own students. No longer we depend on anybody else to do it. It cuts off. These are cost-cutting measures we're looking to do. Creation of what we're going to call the WINGS program at LK Middle School. We right now send out around 35 students out of district placement at an average cost of $115,000 per student, not including buses. Why are we sending them out? Well, some may need that special service. Some we can take back into our building and we can teach our own students. We can teach our own students. Let's take a 25-day intervention program. Right now it's a computer-based program. Teachers need to give direct instruction to those students that are in 45-day programs. Because you can't expect a student who may have some issues, whether it's grades or just have issues in school, to sit in front of a computer and then expect them to transition back into a classroom with a teacher. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. We're going to create revenue-generating streams. We're going to create increased grant funding. I have a company coming in that's going to help us with grants. We have one person who writes grants right now. We're going to bring someone to help. There's millions of dollars out there in grants. I also met someone the other day when we had a visit from Andy Kim that said, if you have any federal grants we need, let us know. We're going to help you out with that. So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to get those federal grants. I want to become a receiving district. I want to create programs that schools want to send their students to us. Why are we always sending our students out? Send the students up. Using facilities to generate revenue. You got the Obama school that could be used. You got the track and field that could be used, baseball field. We're going to be having tennis courts soon. We can use those to generate funds, bring money into our district. Looking to bring back the CTE programs, engineering, nursing, phlebotomy, the building trades. They're needed. They're needed. We started working, trying to bring back the building trades. I was working with Ms. Anderson, and we had a program that they only wanted to work with students 18 years or older, so we had to cancel that, but we're still looking into getting a program that will come in through Monmouth County. Looking for working to sell the maintenance building. We have a piece of property that we can sell and bring maintenance to a building we already have. It's going to save us money. And that building would be behind Barack Obama. We have the space. Okay, we have the facility there that we can turn into a maintenance building. Okay? Possible relocation of ITC, either at the Parent Center or Barack Obama. Again, another building we don't need. We're not landlords. We're going to sell those properties. Get them off our backs, and then make our footprint in Asbury Park smaller, closer. So we're all together. Again, repurposing the Barack Obama building. We're looking to move maintenance in there, bring student programs, community resource center, where parents and community can come in, and possible location for the ITC building. And like I said, the central office, we're looking to relocate, most likely to the middle school because they have rooms. There'll be a 7-8 building, and we already looked into it. You know what's available. You can take a walk through some tonight, and we know what's available in the district. And it's going to save us money. It also makes our footprint as administrators prevalent in the classroom in the building. People are going to see us. We're no longer going to be across town. We're right there. So what do you do today to improve all your tomorrow? Again, what we do today can improve all our tomorrow. We have a lot of work to do, a heavy lift. I know many of you here, people have been affected by this. And I understand that. And I do take it hard. I've been here since 2001. I've been through it myself. I don't take these decisions or make these decisions lightly. I do it because we have to do what's right by the district. And as much as it hurts the people here, it hurts us as well. But I promise you that I will do everything in my power to make us whole again. It may take some time. It will happen, but it's going to take some time. You got to be patient. We can be successful. We can turn this district around, but it's going to take time, and it can take some pain, unfortunately. But we can do it. I just need to have some patience and believe in central office of what we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Trujillo. I just want to give a shout out to the finance committee, as well as Ms. Glass, as well as Mrs. Guerrero. I've been in those meetings and I'm saying that it's tough. Everything is not right as far as like even steps to and things like that come down the pipe. But I can't say that they are working hard. They are definitely working hard, without a doubt. And I just wanted to give a shout out to those people on those committees and just let them know that we appreciate you. After the meeting, I'm like, oh my God. And it's tough. But we move forward that right, as Daniel said, we want to work on the ship. Thanks, guys. The next thing is on the agenda is as far as like presentations. Let's start with that.
Mr. President, one quick thing. I just want folks to know that public participation is coming up, so hold off. We're not ignoring or anything like that, but time to submit questions and give your comments.
All right, good evening. We're doing a little bit today. All the principals are here, but we're going to individually recognize everyone. So I'd like to start with my student of the month. This young lady is impressive with her grit, her resolve, her intellectual capacity. She has aced every class in all marking periods. Is a prime example of what we are capable of, what our students are capable of, and what our staff are able to help cultivate. So I want to recognize an 8th grader in the Dream Scholars Program, Jacob Moser. Come on, Mom and Dad. Mom, Dad. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for the wonderful. And next for MLK is our staff of the month. She has tirelessly worked with a lot of our students, a lot of our staff. I can count on her to help in the morning. I can count on her to help in the afternoon. She has been nothing but professional, wonderful to work with, and I'm happy that she's a part of our team, Ms. Lene Brown.
At this time, it is my honor and privilege to introduce the Bradley Elementary School Student of the Month, none other than Henry. Cameron, teacher would like to speak. Just to let you know, I'm going to do a Cameron's club. Cameron's going to be our drum major tomorrow for our Building for All Academy. Doing an awesome job.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate Bradley Elementary Student of the Month. As you are all aware, April is Autism Awareness Month, a month to celebrate rural diversity. And I would like to highlight some of the growth this little girl has made from September to now. Of her communication skills, social skills, independence, following a multi-step direction, answering questions, and many tasks that are essential to everyday life. It is my pleasure to announce Cameron Kai Freeman!
We just had some spirit prayer for Cameron. Cameron, come on back here. Here we go. Jeff and Mom, this is for you. Thank you for blessing us with Cameron. Cameron down. We don't want Photoshop. At this time, it is an honor and privilege to introduce the Bradley Elementary School staff member of the month. Behind every strong teacher, there's a parent, and me being a parent myself, and I tell you, I recognize our parents. Paris Rock, Paris Rock, Paris Rock. None other than Ms. Ivan Zuniga. When I tell you, Mother King Club, we have our medical autism, they design her class butterflies painted by Miss Mom. We love you. Okay, so Miss O'Neill was not able to make it tonight, so she asked that we do her staff member and student of the month. For her student of the month is Tasia Till. A little bit about Miss Tasia. Tasia is a senior graduating in the UB. Congratulations, Tasia. She has been a cheerleader at the Asbury Park High School. She served as the co-president of the senior class. To say that Tasia embodies the ambitious spirit is an understatement. She goes out of her way to include absolutely every student in the events and celebrations that we have at the Asbury Park High School. She is the first one in line to volunteer at all our fundraisers, and she works alongside her teachers and leaders to make positive changes to the school. We are excited to see what Tasia does in the future. Congratulations.
And good evening, everyone. For the Asbury Park High School Staff of the Month, on behalf of Ms. O'Neill and the high school, we'd like to congratulate Mrs. Christy H. Schneider. Mrs. Schneider is serving in her first year as a high school teacher and has gone above and beyond to build community and make a best for our students. She has been at the helm of our school culture events this year, organizing our multi-grade Battle of the Classes events, school dances, and fundraiser upon fundraiser. She is a ball of energy and has maintained that she will do everything she can to ensure that our students have a true high school experience. Congratulations. On behalf of Thurgood Marshall Elementary School, we'd like to start off with our Student of the Month, and before I do, I'd like to welcome Miss Archie Belford up here to grant our Student of the Month her award. She is our student's teacher, so Miss Archie, please come up. Our Student of the Month is a Q-K-4 learner who is in her second year of our preschool program and truly exemplifies that preschool is where the foundation is laid. Our student has worked throughout the year tirelessly to learn all of her foundational skills and is independently answering questions in circle time, knows her letters, numbers, and as Ms. Archie said, she is truly ready for kindergarten next year. Our student is someone who is creative, loves art, is kind, and just has such a beautiful, bubbly personality. Joined tonight by her mom and two grandmothers, Miss Layla Lopez. Lopez, please come and get your award. And mom and grandma, please come up as well. And Miss Layla, in very good fashion, a backpack of so many of your favorite things, sweetheart. We are so proud of you. And now for the Thurgood Marshall Staff Member of the Month. I am going to read this staff member's nomination by her colleague, Ms. Ferber, and on behalf of our 5th grade team that she works with, which includes Mr. Hamilton, because the words written truly exemplify the wonderful educator that our Staff of the Month is. Ms. Cortez is a dedicated teacher. She always goes above and beyond to meet the needs of her students. Ms. Cortez plans and executes innovative lesson plans to keep her students engaged. No matter what the task is, Ms. Cortez finds a way to make it work. Ms. Cortez always looks for ways to incorporate new strategies and approaches to daily routines and instructions so that all of our students are successful. Ms. Cortez is a team player. It is such a pleasure working with someone who really cares about our students and is willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that all students feel confident and successful in our classroom. Whether she's leading our PBIS team, or helping in the hallways, or handling business in 5th grade with her team, Ms. Cortez is truly it at Thurgood Marshall. So please come up and recognize her. She is joined tonight by her beautiful family, her wife, son, and daughter. Congratulations, your mother is a wonderful, wonderful person.
I think that we should give a round of applause to all of them. This is our honor. Now we're going to committee chairs. I'm going to start with Ms. Langston.
Okay, the Finance Committee has continued to meet weekly with the acting superintendent to address revenue and expense concerns following the notice by the state of our funding cuts for 24-25. I've also met with the interim business administrator and the fiscal monitor, and they reviewed with us over this past month all of the available sources of revenue, expenses, possible expense cuts, as well as bringing some programs and services in district. We've endeavored to work creatively together to support Mr. Trevino to put together a solid educational program for the students within the financial constraints we face. We've evaluated and supported together with the Buildings and Grounds Committee the termination of the lease for central office and expect to vacate that building within the next couple of months without penalty. Mr. Trevino has already described the relocation of the administrative staff. We've also met with the firm to assist the district in better access for grant funding to assist in district resourcing. We continue to press on the college achievers charter school residency verification problem and the financial pressure it poses for the district. We're awaiting the decision of the Office of Controversy and Disputes on our claims. We've also held meetings with the Education Law Center to discuss the school funding formula and the unique challenges in Asbury Park. We've met at different times with the mayor, with our assemblywomen, and our senator to elaborate on the challenges Asbury Park faces and advocate for a legislative solution. Our voices have been heard, our legislators have been responsive. We attended a meeting of city officials of Asbury Park and surrounding towns and their school board representatives to hear the status of the legislative steps they are pursuing on our behalf to regain a portion of the state aid that we've lost this year. Bills are pending both for partial restoration of state aid and for an extension of time for the school districts to submit their final budgets until after the state adopts its budget. And we hope legislation is passed restoring some state aid. This will significantly impact our final budget preparation and solution. Thank you.
Ms. Langston, I've been in those meetings and I've heard your voice as well as dealing with the whole pressure as far as creating a budget plan. And the thing about it is you work tireless as well as Mr. Guerrero. And I'm just saying because what can I say? But we're working on as far as like doing the right thing children as far as, and as far as the budget.
Thank you. It's actually an honor to be able to do this.
I just want to mention one other thing, President Summers. Ms. Glassman mentioned about some legislation that's pending in the legislature. A lot of times folks come to us and say, what can we do? Because a lot of times as homeowners, as parents, they feel those voices. One of the things that you can do is look up Senate Bill S-3732. That bill in particular, that's still going through the legislature, would effectively restore 2/3 of the funding cuts back into the district. And it's still kind of a moving target because they're discussing it, they're debating it, but as long as folks hear from residents of Asbury Park, like Ms. Lassen said, Senator Powell, Assemblywoman Donlin, and Peter Paul have been incredibly responsive, and they will respond back to you. And that's been my experience. So S-3732, look it up, take a look at it, and advocate for it. So, thank you.
Mr. Remy? Buildings and Grounds Committee met on April 18, 2024, virtually. So a few things are noted. The central office lease, the notice was sent to the landlord that we will vacate the building by August 25th, 2024. We got an update on the tenants initiative. Vickers needed 2 more days to send the proposals to the architect. Wanted to ask what the status was about that. I know Dr. Simmons is in here, but
I have to follow up with them tomorrow because they asked for an extension. So I'm asking for the speak with them tomorrow.
okay. And
Mr. Remy, if I can, I've been working with the Asbury Park Tennis Initiative to come up with a memorandum of understanding, which will be voted on this evening. It's my hope that the architect can move forward with all possible speed, diligence, and to the greatest extent possible, perhaps utilize cooperative purchasing in order to try and make the process go faster, just so that everyone's aware. If we use a cooperative purchasing, we then don't necessarily have the need to go out to bid, and that's additional time that's caused by having to go out to bid. So, to the greatest extent possible, with the goal being that the courts are ready for student and community use within the next couple of months. It's my hope that we can expedite the process by way of the architect using cooperative pricing. I think that Ms. Brown is going to speak with them about that as well tomorrow. Again, the idea is to go as quickly as possible so that the facilities are available for student and community use as quickly as possible.
okay, I got a follow-up question for that. Since you mentioned courts, so they're still doing the courts, a court in between Obama and Dr. Martin Luther King, as well as behind the high school? Behind the high school? Or is just one or the other? And they are paying for it.
Yes, okay, so.
That's a yes to all? That was a yes to everything?
I'm going to take each one by one. With regard, just so that we're clear, with regard to the number of courts, it's 3. So the district will have 3 fully functioning, fully usable tennis courts. As far as the locations, they'll be at the middle school. All of them at the middle school.
So what's gonna happen, they're gonna start with the middle school first. Once that's done, you're halfway done with raising money for the high school, that will be the next location.
Is there anything that we have in place to lock it down? Because I wouldn't want them to just do the middle school and then all of a sudden the year goes by and they say, oh, we don't want to do it in high school anymore.
And that's a
And they got what they want.
That's a great point, Mr. Remy. Right now, going back to, I think, your third question. Right now, it's a total of $350,000 that's being donated to the district for the construction and refurbishment of the tennis courts. So it will, to answer your question, it will cost the district nothing. And the memorandum of understanding that you'll vote on tonight will indicate that. It's not costing the district anything, and to the extent, God forbid, that the funds are recalled by the group that donated to us, or the group that donated to the group that donated to us, the district will nevertheless not be on the hook for any of those funds. And that's the way that memorandum of understanding, that's the way I drafted that memorandum of understanding that's on the agenda for tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
Can we also kind of mention the reason why the decision was made to refurbish the courts at the middle school was because the cost fell into the same amount of money as the grant award, right? And then we had a meeting where they committed to raising the money necessary to redo the tennis courts at the high school. The problem is the ones at the high school cost something like what, $2 million, $1 million, or $2 million?
Let's say that the land and the topography is a little different at the high school, which is going to require additional, I'll call it remediation before they can be utilized for tennis courts. So to be clear to you, Mr. Remy, and everybody in the room, it's the Asbury Park Tennis Initiative's hope that in addition to the $350,000 that they're donating to us, that they can raise additional funds to give to us to work on those high school tennis courts.
And it brings up another question. Is there any initiative, like a basketball initiative, that would do the courts beyond high school?
So we received a grant for about $100,000, and we're going to be refurbishing the basketball courts here in high school.
Okay. All right, thank you. Continue. So we also discussed that the board wanted to lease on our buildings, and the Board of Education will have to create a policy and regulation. So that conversation basically started when we mentioned Obama. Since it's vacant right now, can we offer a lease to any organization or company that would like to lease it? Just like I mentioned, programs and things like that for the community, to the community. That's everything we discussed. And we also talked about to help reduce costs in transportation. Recommended purchasing 2 small buses to transport preschool, McKinney, Vento, and our light runs. And also, we also discussed the grade configuration breakdown of how the 2024-2025 buildings were structured, whether it would be pre-K to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9, 12. We discussed that earlier. And I have another question. Are we accepting the donation from the Little League?
Yes, that's on the agenda.
All right, thank you. That concludes my report.
Dr. Steve, I know that you're not the chair of the CRI, but did you guys meet or not? Yes. Do you have anything to report or not? Okay. Dr. Rivers?
Sure, I have a few things. So basically, we have a couple of items I thought we can highlight. Obviously, looking for more grant money to help further baseball field, so we put an application for that. Looking to extend our partnership with Boys and Girls Club, as I mentioned before. The partnership right now stops at the end of this school year, so we'll extend it out to the summer and the fall of next year for our after school and summer programming. We're also working on an extended day, which we started an extended day program for our L students or ML students who are level 1 students only. And I'm happy to say that actually this is an amendment to a proposal that we put on, that you guys approved months prior, because the number of students and parents that have applied to have their students come has expanded. So we expand the program and having teachers using the funds that are earmarked exactly for that. We are doing we have a partnership with NJIT so that the engineering students in the engineering program have the opportunity to take college credits, college course credits. Estimated cost of about $5,000, $150 per credit. We're also looking at an honor day. The police department invited students, high school students, to attend honor day on May 25th. They're going to transport the students. It's not going to cost the district anything. It seems like a great event. And lastly, I would say that we have a future grades pilot basketball program that's coming in to have a basketball program for grades 5 and 12 at the middle school, which will run from 5:30 to 8 at night, so that we can kind of get an idea of where the place is in the time frame. No cost to the district, but give our kids a place to go and something to do on Mondays. That's okay.
Mr. Reese, thank you for that. I just wanted to, since we're talking about curriculum, I wanted to let folks know about a fantastic school trip that the Dream Academy kids took from 9th grade. I believe it was 9th grade. There's a Holocaust and Genocide Studies class that some of the freshmen are taking. And they took a school trip to Stockton University. And they visited the Sarah and Santa Chauffeur Holocaust Resource Center. They met with different academics who have been involved in making sure that anti-Semitism there's no place for it anywhere. And the kids really, I'm being kind of selfish, my daughter was in the class. She reported back, she was all excited about it. But from what I read, the kids had such a powerful experience there. And I just want to thank you and the curriculum staff for having this kind of important work, rigorous work for our freshman high school kids. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lord. Policy, Dr. Kennedy.
Thank you. Policy that April 18th at 7 p.m. virtually. There was an update on the use of facilities commitment fee and correct charges for district staff. There was no comments for any of us on the second reading, and it's not for.
Thanks. Public participation in accordance with the board policy 0167. In accordance with the board policy 0167, that the purpose of state recognizes the value of the public commitment on educational issues and other matters in support, and provide members of the public with the opportunity to express themselves on school matters of the community. The public comment portions of the meeting is not a question and answer session, and all public comments shall be directed to the board president or the proceeding officer of the meeting. Members of the public who wish to make public comments must be recognized by their presiding officer and provide his or her name and nationality of residence and affiliation if appropriate. All public comments shall be directed to the presiding officer and are limited to 2 minutes in duration. Members of the public do not follow the voting rules and or interfere with the ordinary operation of the voting rules may be implemented. Public comments. Sorry.
Good evening, President Solberg, the Board of Education members. My name is Danielle Petrucci and I'm resident of Middletown. I'm standing here with the team of the Child Study Team and Related Services here at Asbury Park School District. I'm a learning disability teacher consultant on the Child Study Team here. I'm also the APA secretary. It saddens me that here we go again, third year in a row, the agenda includes the elimination of critical positions that we need in order to operate this district and support our children. There are teachers, instructional coaches, reading specialists, counselor, secretary, and a social worker listed to be eliminated. And yet again, sitting just below the list of risks on the agenda includes the termination due to reduction in force of our bilingual, patient Creole speaking social worker. I'm a team member. It's also sad that I didn't have to rewrite this speech. I'm using it from last year. It's the third year in a row we're here to advocate for this staff member and this position. This is not only just a number that you see on the agenda. Her name is Cassandra Marshall. Please refer to item 2C with her employee number. I want to remind everyone that Cassandra Marshall is not only just a social worker, she's our only Haitian Creole speaking child study team member. We rely on her, our families rely on her. She's on the crisis response team. She's an IMRS team member, a member of the suicide response team, an Asbury Park native, and an employee from our district for over 21 years. She has been the person parents trust and rely on for their well-being and academic support through the years. She has been the shoulder to cry on and the hand to hold when parents have to be told your child has a disability. She is often the sole resource when families request guidance, especially from our Haitian families. Her removal from this district is not in the best interest of our students and their families. As a child study team member, I can tell you firsthand, and this year it's even more significant, how overworked we all are. I, along with my APA executive team and child study team members, have pleaded with administration for the last 3 years on losing these positions. We've lost 2 psychologists and an LPTC due to retirement resignation, and none of those positions have been replaced in the last 4 years. The needs of our students don't go away if we don't have enough support on our team. The caseloads, evaluations, and student needs have increased at an overwhelming level for each remaining child study team member. The loss of Ms. Marshall is catastrophic for the child study team and directly impacts the support of our students with disabilities. The number of children coming into our district through early intervention continues. These are our babies born in 2020, 2021 who could not receive services. We're still addressing the mental health issues and learning loss. The increase is evident for the last 4 years, and we warned you that this issue would increase. Sorry, your time is up. Thank you.
Mr. Fisher, if you wanted to I hate cutting folks off, but if you have something written down, someone else wants to speak about it and identify themselves, you can do with it. Right.
Maureen Casey, 1670 Westminster Avenue, Britain, New Jersey, retired speech therapist, worked here for 35 years. These are still my colleagues, these are still my friends, and these are still my students. I beg you to please reconsider the decision to terminate Mrs. Marshall from our child study team, your child study team. We urge you to consider the impact and what Mrs. Marshall's presence in this district means to our students, along with many of those other people on the agenda. Thank you.
Okay. I had originally planned to address the Board of Education and request a response to my affirmative action claim submitted to the board in February regarding the harassment I've faced in the past 2 years, and as well as the bogus investigation that followed. Instead, I'm going to pivot, because yesterday afternoon I noticed the agenda once again included the elimination of Cassandra Marshall. 3rd year in a row. I'm tired. And I think I'm tired because I'm here once again trying to explain to you guys why this is dire. Cassandra Marshall, as Danielle said, has worked here for 21 years, and she dedicated her career to true hard work. It saddens me that I have come here for the third year in a row to remind the board of how critical this position is. She has direct contact with our students and their families on a daily basis. She ensures IEPs meet the needs of our students, provides translation and outside resources to our families. The increase in mental health challenges and language learning delays that impact our children from pre-K to 12 has not changed, and they're not going to. I understand the need for restructuring and the issues that the loss of funds have caused. However, this is not a position that we can afford to lose. Thankfully, for the past 2 years, although the elimination of this position was on the agenda, the BOE members voted to save Cassandra's position. I'm hoping the same will be done tonight, and I'm also hoping I won't have to come here for a fourth time, because I will. Have a good night.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Hamilton. I'm a 25-year classroom teacher here in Asbury Park, currently teaching 5th grade math and science. I reside at 84 Creek Road in Kingsburg. I hope you don't mind my reading, because I just ran along and kept my thoughts. The Asbury Park School District has gone through a significant change in the past few months. The association leadership, and I am the treasurer of the APEA, understands the significance of serious budget cuts over the season. We also have a clear understanding that for the first time in several years, the association leadership has been apprised of what is going on and how it will affect our members. This hasn't happened since Sasha Ray was here back in 2021. Staff members seated out in force are here this evening to express their frustration, not with this board being forced to make drastic and significant cuts, to express their anger at the state of New Jersey for putting our district in this place. The only positive thing about these cuts is that cuts are across the board. For years, we've been saying that central offices have been bloated. Every new superintendent came in, brought their people in, and our voices were silenced. That's one change I'm glad to see here today. We urge the board to continue to lobby Senator Powell, as well as Senators Terry and Sarlo from the Budget Appropriations Committee, as we are as well. We're confident that together we can pick back some of the lost funding that we have lost. It was also pointed out we had a far better chance of restoration of funds than we did 2 months ago. We thank Acting Superintendent Jorino, as well as board members, for meeting with Senator Powell to create a strong working relationship, one that has been lacking for some time. I urge this board to think about these cuts. Some of these cuts are well needed and long overdue. When I heard people standing here at Cassandra Marshall, again, third time she's up here, we have a significant population of Asian children. There keep on coming, the numbers keep on growing, and what do? We're cutting staff that serves those students directly. The plan is to move central administration into the schools, have the supervisors that are here become actively involved in direct student contact. Those are goals that I think we can all achieve. But getting rid of Cassandra Marshall is a bad choice. It may look good on paper in the short run, but when we look at the end game, we're going to fall very short of achieving our goals for our Asian people. I want to thank you for your time, and thank you for listening.
I've been here for almost 18 years, and of those 18 years, I've worked with the center for 18 of those, like 22 years. And I can say that she is one of, I know her very well. I'm here in support of the kids. That's what I do.
John, the microphone closer.
When I look at the budget, when I look at the numbers presented, my goal, my looking at that says every one of those numbers should translate to services for our kids. Every single one of those numbers. Because you have to look at it as a business, but we have children and families whose lives depend on those numbers translating to services for our children. Top-heavy administration, that has served career aspirations and egos. It has not served our kids. So I commend those choices and those decisions. But when we're looking at line for line, and who is serving our children, Cassandra Marshall is knowledgeable, most compassionate case managers I have ever worked with. Her service to Thurgood Marshall, the service to the Haitian Creole community, and not just that. Her service to her colleagues and to the families in this community have gone far enough, most of whom I've worked with. More than 1 year in a row, we have sat together at funerals of our students. We consult on our students all of the time. We have a mental health crisis in our community. We're still getting over the trauma of COVID. Every year, and sitting next to Cassandra at a funeral of one of our kids, if that's not a mental health crisis, I don't know what is. To eliminate one of our mental health workers, because that's really what she is. She's not just a case manager. She doesn't just write IEPs. She counsels students, she counsels parents on informal and formal basis, and she supports her colleagues in doing the same in all of the other buildings. That is one place where I would hope we not eliminate funding. One place that where students are directly being served, our families are being supported, and our colleagues on the child secretary are being helped and worked with and supported the rest of the families that are here. She's outstanding at what she does. She's compassionate, she's knowledgeable, she's been here long enough and forged meaningful and true relationships with her families who can't afford to do this.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Hooper. I live in West Long Branch. I am a paraprofessional in the second and third grade LLD class at Thurgood Marshall. I'm also here to speak for Cassandra Marshall, advocating for her. She is our students' case manager. Most of my students, she's a case manager for. She is so much more than a case manager. She is on call for us every day, all day that we're in school. If we're having a behavioral problem or an emotional crisis with our students, she's right there to guide the students through it, as well as helping me as a parent to reinforce the tools that I need to help them. She's a vital part of our community and the child study team. I'm asking you to please reconsider the termination of Cassandra Marshall. Our students need her, and we need her. Thank you.
Good evening, Asbury Park Education. My name is Nancy Phillips, and I'm actually home. I don't even have an address. But I'm here because I like to support my students. I was listening to the board speak, and I was kind of confused when y'all mentioned the Barack Obama school, only because the last time I heard the word Barack Obama, it was linked to asbestos, it was linked to the building is filled with asbestos, and that it's so much asbestos in that building that they can't even tear it down. That is the reason why that Obama school is still standing, unless y'all cleared it out for asbestos, I don't know. The reason why y'all don't have funding is because every time the state gives y'all money, y'all rob the community. It's all over the paper. Also, I would like to speak about, I noticed y'all worried about sports, the tennis field, instead of actually worrying about computers and ACs and stuff like that that actually going to benefit the children. The reason why the student enrollment is low, because y'all cannot pass basic skills. Who want to send their child to school cannot pass basic skills? And the reason why the attendance is low is because all the kids are being kicked out, and people are moving to Asbury Park buying up $1 million condos. So if the kids are being evicted because the rich people want to kick them out and buy condos, what do you expect? Of course the attendance is going to be low. You know, and also, you know, like I said, I follow Asbury. I have one important question. What happened to the Asbury Neptune Thanksgiving football game? Why has that game been canceled? That's all that I'm asking, because a lot of families have looked forward to going to the games on Thanksgiving. And it's not fair that Asbury and Neptune can't play on Thanksgiving, or Long Branch, or Redmond, when all the other white schools can. It kind of looks racist, but on that note, can y'all please try to put the Asbury Neptune Thanksgiving game back, because us, parents, and families, we just look forward to it.
I have never done this before. My name is Karen Bido. I'm a and both yes and Haitian Creole. I'm not here for you to send me. Not true. But I'm here just to talk on behalf of Ms. Shanta Jackson. I know her position has been abolished. Some might say she was just a photographer. A lot of people don't think she's a great asset for the district, but she is. For the past 3 years, her name has been put on the agenda, but the superintendent has saved her position, and some board members I know, they called her name, saying like, they don't want to renew her position. But she is a hard worker. For her job to be about, by me saying that right now, I'm probably putting a target on my back. My thing is, I don't have that long to go. Just do not bother me, do not retaliate against me. Yes, she's my friend, and she has been doing a wonderful job for the district. And for her job to be abolished just because I know, we know, it's not just because of budget cuts. And I can't go into much details, but I'm not going to. It is. And for that, to take some of my livelihood from her, because she just happened to be Neptune board president or the state vice president, it's unfair. And again, I want it to be on record. Do not retaliate against me. Do not come after me. I do not have that long to go. Let me be. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Debbie Loren. I am a parent of a special ed student here in the district. I first want to say thank you to whoever put together last night's CPAC meeting. That was the most important meeting that any parent in this district with a special needs child will ever have to go to. However, I'm extremely disappointed that the word about the CPAC meetings, Special Ed Parents Advocacy Committee, is not getting out there. I don't know if it's that our social workers, our therapists, if the people just are not getting the word out to parents, but mailing a piece of paper home is not doing the trick. I did send a few emails out before the spring break, asking you to please put it on the calendar on the website. Please put it on your Facebook page. To please put it somewhere to let parents know about it. They missed the most important meeting of their lives. Yes, they did. I can't even go into detail all the things that went on at that meeting, all the contacts that they could have had, and they missed it. But it was a fabulous meeting, so thank you whoever set that up. The other disappointment of last night is that the meeting again took place at the Thurgood Marshall Building, in a room way off in the back, far away from the entrance with no security guard. How was anyone supposed to get in? I almost didn't get in. One of the presenters almost didn't get in. Thankfully, a custodian heard us knocking on the door and let us in. That is a big slap in the face to remind us that we are not a priority. That is upsetting to me, so that needs to change. If you're going to let us have a CPAC meeting somewhere in the district, then we need to be a priority. Somebody needs to let us in the building, because that was horrible. That was the second time that has happened for a CPAC meeting. Also, I just wanted to express my deepest concern with all that you guys have got going on with all of your movements. I'm very concerned about the life skills program. Now, I don't know if you know Mr. Trevino, but I went to more Board of Ed meetings in the past year than I have ever been into in my life, because the life skills program fell to the wayside. What is life skills, you ask? That's cooking, cleaning, learning to do laundry for our special ed population at high school age. My son needs life skills. He is not going to be an astronaut. I have come to that deep realization, much as I would love for him to be, a programmer or something fabulous. He's going to be who he is. And he needs to know how to do his laundry, because I'm not doing it for the rest of his life. He needs to know how to cook. doing well so far, but you know, there's still some burnt things happening. But it's my understanding that the life skills program is still not completed at the high school. Those rooms need to get done.
Good evening, Shelley Sanders, Chapel Court, Jackson, New Jersey. I'm a teacher at Middle Middle School. I came up to say thank you to the board. The last board agenda, you allowed the class in 1990 through 1999 to have a mega reunion, and it was epic. People were so happy to come back to Asbury Park. We were in high school, so we received the building. We had an old-fashioned homecoming dance, and this was amazing. So I want to say thank you for all the Asbury Park alumni. We really enjoyed ourselves, and we appreciate you.
Good evening, my name is Nina Salmon, I'm a great side of on Banks Avenue, and I'm also the district-wide PTO coordinator. And I just have a question for the president. I did hand you a policy earlier when you first came in. The policy number is 0171, and this policy is duties to the Board of Education president. I would like to make sure that you take this copy and hand it to each one of your board members and make sure they read this to understand what their responsibilities as a board member. They're underneath you. You're not underneath them. This way you step up and take care of responsibility as our board president and follow through on what we've been putting and shared to do. That's what I say to you. The other issue I have, President, if you can actually have a meeting with Davino and find out. The last two meetings that I was here, you guys keep saying that we have children that we're paying other districts for these kids to go to school. What are we doing about recouping that money that we're spending for these children and they're not going to those other schools or they're not residents of Asbury Park? So how are we gonna recoup that money that we're spending for our kids to go out, for other kids to go out of district? What are we doing about that money? And what are we doing about following up to make sure these kids that we do pay for, they're actually our children and not children from other districts? So those 3 questions, I leave in your hand. So the next board meeting, when I come back, I don't want to hear, oh, Miss Tina, I don't remember. Okay? So I'm holding you responsible from this day forward as our board president and say, you guys are asking people to stand at this podium and address their questions and concerns to you as the president. So I'm going to make sure that whatever questions that I bring, and most of anybody else that brings up here, says they're addressed to you, I'm asking you to please follow through on them. Can you do that? So I'll wait until, I'm not going to hound you, but I will wait until the next board meeting to see if these issues have been corrected, or if there's any solution that we need to bring out to the community and say, hey, even though we're saying we have an $8 million deficit, we still have children that we're paying for that we should.
Sorry.
Just to answer one of those questions about verification, we had the parents center open for 4 days, from 8 to 7 at night for parents to come in. We did verify 2/3 of the students that came in that belong here. We are currently in the process of contacting the charter school, setting up a visit where we can go there and verify our students. It's going to be up to the charter school whether they let us in or not, but I have to talk to County Superintendent Les Richmond and the state, and actually the Assistant Commissioner of Education about going to the charter school, setting up residency until we can verify everybody. We got to get permission from them to enter their facility, but we're working on that.
Thank you, I appreciate your partial answer, but I still will follow up with the board president for the rest of my answers. I appreciate that.
Hi, John Scully, resident of 1307 Fourth Avenue. I do not know my great name is Mr. Marshall. I don't work for the school district. I don't know what their salary is. But I do notice on your agenda tonight, you have $15,000 allotted for key leadership building consulting. You also have $7,000 allotted for board members and other staff to go to a convention. It would seem to me that that $15,000 and that $7,000 is certainly high per salary and better use of the students.
My name is Barbara Council. I live in 302 3rd Avenue, Asbury Park, New Jersey. This is my third year standing here for the same issue. Ms. Cassandra Marshall. She's very, don't let her go. I'm nervous. Don't let her go, because if you do, it will hurt the district. And I said this 2 years ago. You could call her anytime she's there. When my mom passed away 2 years ago, she was the first person I called, because she was my son's case manager. And social work, especially with kids that have ADHD, autism, is very important. You should not let her go. And Mr. Trevino, thank you. I'll take the name why later. Good night.
That is public participation on this meeting. And just to let you guys know, we hear you. I see your emotions and things of that nature as far as like, just like people who have those thoughts as concerns with the area. And we hear you. Now, is it going to be changed overnight? No. But the thing that we can honestly say is that we can try. You got like 9 members of this board that are trying to do their best, and it's tough. Whether it's budgetary cuts or anything that is going to disenfranchise our community is hard. We hear you. We'll move to the HRB report next. We're going to hold off on the HRB report and we're going to do the superintendent report. Mr. Ware?
Came back before the,
And so we skip to the state manager's report.
The only thing I have to report at this time is an extraordinary amount of work in order to prepare a budget to be presented tonight, a tentative budget that would not require an advanced state aid. So that I congratulate the district for being able to do that.
I'm going to read for the members of the public a resolution commemorating National Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month. Whereas there are about 2 million youth aged 17 and younger living in New Jersey, and whereas it is estimated that 1 in 100 children experiences abuse, and whereas childhood maltreatment and abuse are traumatic events that increase an individual's adverse childhood experiences, which, without intervention, can result in the lifelong negative emotional, physical, financial, educational, and social health outcomes. And whereas child abuse is a public health crisis, and whereas all children deserve to be nurtured, protected, and free from physical or emotional harm. And whereas the state of New Jersey and the New Jersey Department of Children and Families believes that healthy families raise healthy children. And whereas the state of New Jersey offers a robust continuum of community-based child abuse prevention and intervention programs that are culturally competent, strength-based, and family-centered. And whereas, as noted by the United States Administration for Children and Families 2020 review of child protective services across the nation, the rate at which children are maltreated in New Jersey is lower than the national average. And whereas whereas all sectors of the community, including law enforcement, medical professionals, schools, courts, and media outlets, as well as numerous public and private agencies, have joined forces to promote public awareness and community involvement in keeping children and their families safe, healthy, and connected during the month of April and throughout the year. Now therefore, I, Philip D. Murphy, Governor of the State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim April 2024 as Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month in New Jersey. Can I have a motion and a second to adopt that resolution?
Move it. Second.
Questions, discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Glassman?
Yes.
Dr. Martin?
Yes.
Dr. Penn?
Yes.
Mr. Remy? And Mr. Rogers, go ahead.
I'm finally done. Yes.
Mr. Grillo?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas? Have a motion for acceptance of minutes, May 3, number 14.
Move it.
Ms. Glassman? Yes. Dr. Martin? Yes. Dr. Penn?
Because I wasn't present, I abstained.
Mr. Rogers? Mr. Grillo?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas? The motion to accept the minutes.
To accept the minutes? Lance? Yes.
I think we're gonna pivot a little bit, to do a consent agenda, we'll have a sense of, executive session. So therefore, I think that, you know,
Can I have a motion for consent of agenda from B1 to B10?
move it.
Second.
Questions, discussions? Roll call.
Ms. Glassman?
yes as to all items except number B1 to C. No.
Are we doing that right now? We're doing it right now because, just as a lesson, we're gonna have to, close the tag. And it's gonna. So why don't we go to close the tag?
Under the circumstances, might be a good idea to withdraw the motion. It appears that board members want to discuss certain matters on the consent agenda B1 for B10 executive session. So if that's the concern, I would recommend then that the motion be withdrawn so that there could be a fulsome discussion in executive session on any items that board members wish to discuss.
Okay.
Can we get the minutes, accept the rest of them, and then go to executive session?
Right, there's closed session minutes and special meeting minutes.
And then we can go.
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for the closed session meeting held March 14th and the special meeting held March 21st.
Move it.
Second. You second.
Ms. Wagner? This is to approve the minutes.
Improvement, sure. Yes.
Dr. Marshall?
Yes.
Dr. Penna?
I abstain, I wasn't here.
Mr. Remy?
Yes, I was here.
Mr. Rogers?
No shit.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, can we get a motion to go into executive session for roughly 15 minutes to discuss items that are included in the superintendent's consent agenda, specifically personnel?
Make a motion. Go ahead, executive session.
I'll second.
Discussion.
All in favor? Aye.
Oh, listen, we have it on camera. She did. She did. It's like she don't care about it. She grabbed it as well. Look at me, her. All right. Sometimes you gotta go there.
Is it charged? Mm-hmm. Is it, you charge a lot? I probably should. It was at like 7, so it's 32. See? You need a bump? No. All right. You can get them at Target, you can get them at Walmart, you can get all different
Nah, I
stuff.
have one at home.
And you don't bring it?
Well, I just bring my regular charger. Only when I go out.
I would like to make a motion to come out of executive session. Motion to come out of executive session.
Motion.
Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you're looking at items B to B10.
Second.
Yes. Yes, as to all items except for B1 to C.
Yes to everything except B1 to C and also tabling B5, 7.
Dr. Robinson, did you mean abstaining from those items? You said tabling? Abstaining, okay, thank you.
Yes on everything except for B1 to C. That's it.
Yes on everything except B1 to C. B1, 1B. And B5.
So I have B1 to C, B1, 1B, and B5, 10. Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers?
Everything except for B1, B2.
Thank you. Mr. Rogers?
Yes to everything except for B1 subset
2C.
Thank you. Everything passes except for E1, 2C.
So the board actually did tonight approve a tentative budget that is not balanced. The budget is formulated based on terminations, resignations, transfers, etc. This budget tonight is a tentative budget, and it's being submitted to the county superintendent. The Board of Education, they've had approved everything. Could have brought back employees, not only at the budget meeting, budget hearing, but also through June 30th. So, on my authority of state monitor, for 18A, 7A, 55, and overriding the board for page B1, 2C, and I am approving the termination of employment effective June 30, 2024, employee ID number 4320-1805, social worker, food reduction force, and enforcement of the applicable today's statute rules. Employee ID number 4320-1805, for willingness effective July 1st, 2024, in the social worker seniority category.
Again, I just wanted to be clear, this is a tentative budget, and we've got a few more weeks until the final budget is submitted. That means that there's legislation that can be passed or not passed. There could be different financial lifelines that may happen. There may be even changes in the current staff in terms of retirements or whatever else. So this isn't the final chapter, right? Essentially.
Yeah, Mr. Grillo, it's my understanding that this is a tentative budget. The board still has the ability up through June to sharpen pencils and try and find the funding to balance the budget to the extent that the board would like to move forward with the action that it took tonight, which was overrated. So in English, that means all is not lost. There's still an opportunity to find the funding to support the position that was cut this evening. And I'm sure that the administration will take all diligent efforts, undertake all diligent efforts to try and ensure that the role of the board is recognized because it still has time and the opportunity to do so.
Well, not just that, but also other positions that, feel like, look, we're kind of forced to make these ridiculous cuts, and there may be able to breathe a lifeline to some of those other positions. And Mr. Gregory had a couple of notes as well, so that may change some of our votes as well. So I just want to make sure that is clear to them.
And, am I available to speak?
Yes, Mr. Rucker, go ahead.
There was a pending bill that actually would pass the Senate to allow this budget process to pass the state budget, which is being negotiated with some of our, I think people are our senators to help get that funding for some of these positions. So I want everyone to understand that something symbolic, also meaningful, related to what we're doing. There are guidelines that we have to follow. We understand that they monitor and take that on decisions. But we're hoping that we will give the additional funding, bring back hopefully a substantial amount of necessary funding. So thank you. The thing that I'm looking at is, I know that this is an internal budget. The thing that I would say is that let's just hold around and you work closely with the superintendent to do the best for the community as possible. I mean, nothing extra stone as of right now, but it's a tentative budget. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, your first couple of sentences in your statement stated that we could bring them back. Or did I hear that?
I think that.
Oh, so I heard it right. Thank you. I just need to verify.
The way it works, we receive the funding, anybody not with this is brought back as or senior reasons.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion for a consent agenda for the business office, C1 to C6?
Motion.
Second.
Ms. Jackson?
Yes, as to all items except C1, 1A as relates to college achievement.
I didn't get a copy of that. I don't have the full sheet. Apologize for that. It's okay. I'll come back to you. Yes, thank you. Dr. Tennant?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes, to everything that says H1, 1A.
In relation to college achievement?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes, everything you want, just statement, I'm not looking at mine, but, attached to, college and keep everything, yes.
That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, everything except for any C11A, any payment to college achieve Asbury Park, and no to C36 and over.
If I can just get clarification from the board members as we're taking the roll call vote here. Those board members who are voting no on C1A on page C1, is it that you're voting no as it relates to any payments to College Achieve, or do you mean the entire buildings?
We're saying college, well, at least.
No, it's only college achievement.
Mr. Renner?
Yeah, it's a college achieve.
Thank you.
Bill me later.
I'm ready. And no to C1, 1A, and no to C3, 6.
And Dr. Buxton, the no on C11A was only for College.
Yes, and no to C3, number 6. Yes, thank you. All motions carried, except for C1, 1A, goes to college.
no formal action will be taken.
Make a motion to go into executive session. How long are we going to probably be there? About an hour? Okay. Second.
Ms. Levis?
Yes.
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 I can't go there, but yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Good?
Yes.
And Mr. Saunders?
Yes.
Sorry, Harry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the board's going to go into private executive session for about an hour. The board will be discussing personnel matters, anticipated litigation,
That's why I already knew what it was.
and receiving attorney-client advice. The board will not be taking any formal action in executive session. The board will return to public session in about an hour, at which time the board will most likely just adjourn. However, members of the public are certainly welcome to remain here until the board returns to public session. Thank you.